first wall is going up. Hello Snack Pack, welcome back to Travel Snacks. Today's episode is all about putting up the walls in the van, which it's all fun and games until you start putting up walls. It actually hasn't been any fun and games. It gets serious when you start putting up walls because it starts to become like a real home on wheels. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about what materials we used, how we secured them onto a curved wall, and all the things that could go wrong. There's a lot going on in this episode, so let's jump right in.
We are not professionals. If you follow any of the things we do in this video, it's at your own risk.
So when you watch van build videos, it seems like it's super easy and there's a main process that you follow. Frame the wall, insulate the walls, put the wiring, and put up the wall material. Do you think that was the case for my van? No, it wasn't. I don't know what these people are doing. That didn't work at all for my van. We couldn't do all the walls at once. We had to do the walls through the length of this van build. To keep it a buck, the walls are still not done. You're probably like, the van's done? And I'm like, yes, but I have so many videos to make about the van build that you're just watching this in the middle. But let's move on. The two main materials we used to build the walls, 1/4-inch plywood and tongue and groove wood. We only used 1/4-inch plywood in the kitchen area because it was going to be covering the whole wall. For most of the rest of the walls, I used this tongue and groove wood that comes in a pack of 6 and just painted it white.
To the window, to the walls, to the walls. You should like this video. Like this video.
Don't put a wall up between us. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And again, put a like on this video. Okay, so we are going to attempt to add a few strips of wood onto the wall with just adhesive, but it's very strong Loctite adhesive. So these will be the strips that we'll attach our wall paneling to. We're gonna just do it now and then leave it overnight to make sure that it's strong enough.
See if they, before I go any further, make sure that stays up. Kind of wiggle it around, you gotta kind of squish it around a little bit.
Yeah, that's already stuck. I wonder if that's, okay, that's good. All right, so I'm sitting on my wheel well, which is very sturdy. This is the adhesive we're using. We're testing it out, hold on. Loctite PL Max Premium. Strongest, most durable, 100% solid. We'll see. Do you see my hair? I am afraid to brush through this. It's a rat's nest. This is what happens when you are getting dirty every day. I wonder if I should make 2 pieces because it's...
If I cut it in half, it'll give you maybe more of a curve.
Yeah.
Do you think it's curved? The van's probably curving this way, look.
It
like
is.
That.
So I wonder if we should do like...
22 and 22?
Unless we do like to here.
Oh no, that's going to be too much, I think.
Flat and then flat. Because I think it's curving.
How about 3 pieces? No?
Yeah, let's do 3.
This way do 4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe just do whatever.
And with the saw blade, it'll take some length out of it. 4 would be 12 inches. 12. Yeah, 4 12s.
Okay, cool.
Probably smarter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this sets flat. This sits flat. This one sits flat too, so yeah. Okay, so glue them up.
Cool.
I did put a window covering up beforehand, and it was just a piece of foam board with some spray glue and some material from this headliner. You can't just throw all the walls up and call it a day. You have to put all of your wiring behind the walls, know where you want all your outlets, know where all the things are gonna go. So we decided to just do all the walls as the wiring happened, unless you want your wires to be showing, which I didn't. started raining and I had to step on it with wet feet. Printed a picture for reference of where all the connection points are. As we put up walls, I just insulated each section. I decided to go with Havelock wool. I did some research and I decided that I wanted to use something that was a little more natural and easier to work with. And there were only a few spots that I needed to use spray glue, but for the most part, if you really squish it in there, it stuck in pretty well and it was very easy to rip and to handle. I don't exactly understand what is happening here. I don't exactly understand what all is important about putting Kelmat on some of these things, but I guess it's for like when two metals come together, it produces more heat and causes it to become like a hot spot. I don't know. But since I have Kelmat left over for when I did the wheel wells, I'm just gonna add some of this here and there because why not? First wall is going up.
Ready?
Yep.
Push
Here
up
we
this
go.
wall. Flex it so I can put the nails on top because it's going to change everything. All right,
The first wall is up. Warped.
I was wondering about that. Was the wood of the vehicle?
Could be both. Oh boy. This is really something. I mean, it is level if it's in the center like this.
I threw a couple nails in real quick because the level makes the rest of it going up.
This is as good as it's gonna get.
Okay, then throw a nail in one board over.
I'm gonna do this side first because it's shifting more, I think. That wood is very thin and breaks pretty easily. I bought like 6 different packs of those for the walls and the ceiling, and half of the packs were bowed, but I think that if we would have used thicker pieces of wood, it wouldn't have bended as easily.
I'm not sure where you're going to put your nightlight, how low or...
Me neither.
Oh, well, we need to know because we got to drill a hole to pull the wire out.
It's hard to tell because I don't know how tall my bed's going to actually end up being. I think we pretty much said that I was going to be like around here, so this light would be right at my head.
Coming through the next board. These are the van life decisions you have to make.
Hard part, getting it all the way in, all the way across. What the heck? This board is way too curved. No, that's not gonna work. This board's not even gonna work at all. We'll have to do this rest of this wall another day because I gotta get ready for my live stream. Okay, another mistake has been made. I decided to go with eggshell finish for the paint on the walls, and that's almost like flat, so it doesn't really look that good. So my mom is repainting it with a semi-gloss. How's it going? Good. It's going very well. Oh, it looks already a lot better with the semi-gloss. Oh, I love it. It's hard to see on camera, but it looks like super flat and weird here, like it absorbed all of it, and then over here it gets nice and not too shiny, but nice gloss, semi-gloss. Okay, so we've fast forwarded into the future and all the walls are done. Well, not all of them, but this is what it looks like. So this is the 1/4-inch plywood. Here's the outlet, and then it goes over here to the tongue and groove. I couldn't extend this plywood over here because this metal piece sticks out, and it goes all the way down. So I couldn't push this over because there'd be a bigger gap. It's stuff like this that I'm like, people don't talk about how to fill in all these gaps. Now, I could buy a trim piece from Home Depot, but if you put the trim piece here, it's gonna be sticking out too far over here because there's a gap here. So you'd have to fill this in with some sort of foam or something. So right now, this little piece, I don't know what to do with. Also, this tongue and groove has to end with the windows, so I just took my time and cut out each individual piece, and it goes all the way down. So these are like 3-inch pieces. And same thing on this side. For this side where I wanted to put a second outlet, I just cut these little shapes with the plywood. This one has to be painted, and I just took that down all the way and just used the construction adhesive. To do some of the trim work, I used the tongue and groove wood and just cut it in half with the table saw. And I haven't done my... Why am I so orderly? Another thing to think about is your cabinets, which I'll be making another video on that coming soon. But I would recommend building your walls first and then adjusting your cabinet... WD-40. And then adjusting your cabinet door to fit so it doesn't hit the side of your wall. So mine comes just right to the edge of the wall. So we built the cabinets, then we put the walls up, and then we put the face frames up. And what about pieces like this, where the tongue and groove hits this metal, and then you have a gap? So I guess what I'm gonna do is get some great stuff, which is like spray foam, spray it in there, and then file it down. I don't really know. There's these metal pieces and wiring that the metal starts to pop out, and so this piece right here wouldn't lay flat. It would just kind of go like this way. I still have all this to go back here because I don't know how to cover those wires. So behind me, where all these wires are, I'm thinking of just putting some curtains because now that I'm on the road, I don't have access to a saw to make like wood panel coverings. But if you have any ideas that... How dare you live your life and drive your car? Okay, but seriously, drive. You're gonna also want to be careful when you're nailing the tongue and groove wood to the little strips of wood, because we were using a certain nail length and we were doing other projects, and then some longer nails got into the nail gun, and I just picked up the nail gun and started shooting and did not know till later that the nails went through the van wall. If you're building a van, you're probably watching a bunch of conversion videos, and I just want to point out that you don't have to do it the same way as everybody else. Do what works for your van, even if it means that you have to do steps in different orders. That's the way I had to build my van, and it all worked out in the end, even though I'm still adding to the walls. It's a work in progress. Snack time. Snack time.